Welcome back to the Best of Sports Center. I'm Charlie Steiner. Even though there was a change of champion this year in boxing, the biggest story by far did not take place in the ring. It took place in a courthouse in downtown Indianapolis, where the former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson lost the biggest fight of his life to a 108-pound opponent.
2 weeks after the trial began, the case was in the jury's hands. And 2 years to within the hour of his only professional loss in the ring to Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson was found guilty of the 3 charges against him.
I've been getting angry with some of the people who've called me today asking, well, won't you fight him while he's out on appeal? No. He's a rapist. He belongs in jail.
I have absolutely no thoughts about Tyson. He's a common criminal who's getting what he deserves. I have absolutely no thoughts about Mike Tyson. He's finished, washed up, deserves to be, period. He's a thug.
Afternoon. In the last 3 years, I had the chance to reflect on my life and develop my mind, and I will continue my journey to making myself a better person so I can help others. But I'm here today to make a statement about my future. There's been a lot of speculation about my plan, and here they are. I will fight again, and I look forward to working with them and seeing you soon. May Allah bless you all. Thank you.
But Tyson, as you know, will fight anybody, any place, anywhere, anytime. And so with what we got is the future undisputed champion of the world and our future in boxing. Question?
I'm just happy to be here. I'm a little nervous, but I look forward to the fight, and I look forward to putting on a good show.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, introducing the one, the only, Iron Mike Tyson.
27 pounds heavier, almost 4 inches taller, huge reach advantage, and here we go, round 1.
I'll tell you what, if I was built like Frank Bruno, I wouldn't be afraid of anybody or anything, but Mike Tyson is a phenom. Abnormal strength, unnatural. He is a walking powerhouse. Every time he comes in, he's going to hold him. He's not going to let Mike do what Mike wants to do on the inside.
A straight right hand there by Mike Tyson. As Mills Lane, Tyson's people wanted to bob and roll, be less of a target.
Bruno for a nice right hand around the side of Tyson's ear, and then a left hook to the body. Didn't seem to do anything, but it was a nice effort.
And anytime, oh, here comes Tyson. Tyson with a combination with 20 seconds left in round 1.
He gets close to, anytime he gets close to Tyson, he holds, I guarantee you.
Oh, a left hook by Mike Tyson, flush on the face of Frank Bruno. Another left, and a combination by Tyson. And this is what Bruno expected. He said he's not looking for the Tyson who fought McGinley and Mathis. Here's a combination uppercut by Tyson. Tyson laying it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the ropes. And it is all over. It is all over here in round 3. Mike Tyson is champion again.
And that is it. Mike Tyson is back. The Tyson era has begun.
Feel for me to get back in the ring. I wouldn't call that a real test because it was too quick, and it's gonna be a long way back, but I feel that I can do it. I'm working on new things. I don't have to run anymore. Anybody wants to fight, they're gonna have to get right in the middle and fight. I'm not gonna run out. They don't have to run and find me anymore because I learned a little bit more about the boxing game watching myself, being laid off for them years.
At age 42, Larry Holmes trying to become the oldest heavyweight to capture the crown. The year Larry was born, 1949, Harry Truman was in the White House, and Joe Louis was on the comeback trail himself in his own effort to regain the title. And there he is, Larry Sr. and Jr. ruled the heavyweight division from 1978 through 1985. He has been 5-0 in his comeback, but he's had to go the distance against the likes of Eddie Gonzalez and Art Card. So that's where all the doubters set in. And that's the view he has as he makes it towards the ring here at the Atlantic City Convention Center. He's had a fascinating career, from his disparaging remarks against Rocky Marciano to running over tops of cars to go after Trevor Berbick. But he's been there for years, and he's back once again for perhaps the final time. Look at that, 20 successful defenses. And here he is, the former heavyweight champion of the world, entering the ring, Larry Holmes.
You gentlemen were given your instructions at the weigh-in. I want you to obey my commands at all times. I want you to respect the bell, and I want you to protect yourself at all times. Now touch him up. Let's rock and roll. Let's go.
Larry Holmes kept talking about traps that he will set for Mercer. Joe, what do you think he'll try to do?
Well, he already told me what he wanted to do. He said, when you see me back into a corner and dip to my right side, put my left arm out, I'm going to hit him with an uppercut and knock him out.
All right. This is the ring where we saw George Foreman acquit himself well against Evander Holyfield in the birth of TBKO. We'll see what Larry Holmes can do as he accepts the jabs of Ray Mercer, who goes after Holmes. Holmes uses the so-called hammer for the first time. Mercer's defense is there, and Larry with the right hand.
That right hand came off nice and quick off that jab, and that's what he's got to continue to do once he sets Mercer up with that jab.
There's Holmes with the right hook as well. There's a strong right hook from Holmes.
Of course, Holmes answers back with his own right hand to the ribs.
Mercer just nodding. Mercer with a look at the stain on his face.
Underneath the heart of Larry Holmes, and a good counter right hand by Holmes.
Holmes is the one who landed the left to the body. A good right hand from Larry Holmes. Catches a jab moving out of there. Another right from Holmes. And Holmes again with a left.
Ringside, and he looks over to him. And then lands a few more punches.
Messerschmitt with the left hand. This is real schoolboy stuff. And Holmes with a combination. Mercer lands the right. Mercer the left to the body. And a right hand from Mercer.
Holmes getting away from mostly all of that.
He's holding on the ropes with the right hand, and Steve Smoger's letting him do it.
You know, Mercer's corner we're chastising about waiting so much, and he is waiting a lot, and that's due to Holmes' really his great movement and his slickness on the inside here. He's got Mercer off guard right now.
Some good movement and agilities. You saw him slip the punches there. So Holmes, as Foreman did, defying the age right now. Holmes giving as good as he's getting. Mercer is breathing hard. And the crowd now cheering Holmes's combinations. Right hand from Holmes. Another combination. Mercer just takes it.
He's landing a few of them.
The uppercut from Holmes again.
Right. And that's got Mercer's mouth bleeding pretty good right now.
And the crowd chanting Larry. It started out as a pure Mercer crowd, and Holmes has won them over here in the 7th. Hasn't been thus far through nearly 7 rounds complete. He's looked good. Another right hook, and Mercer puts his hands down.
Well, what does that tell you? That's got to tell you that he's buzzed right now from that right hand.
The moment Larry Holmes is winning this fight.
Well, this looks like Ray Mercer's going to need another miracle knockout after being behind on points if he's going to win this fight.
Holmes gets the jab in there, and the crowd starts up with Larry once again, and Holmes looks fresh again.
Fight right now, you know, as far as Larry Holmes got to look at, he's got 6 minutes left to really just take this round and the next round, and he'll pull off another shocking upset in the world of boxing, which nobody, I doubt, thought he could do. I think it's crucial to both these guys to win these rounds. Good right hand.
And another right hand from Holmes. Joe, we still have 2 full rounds after this 40 seconds. I just find it amazing how all of us scoffed when George Foreman came back, and when Larry Holmes started to come back, and everyone laughed. And then there are no laughs now.
That's right. Well, and it goes to show you that men still, I mean, these fighters with this type of experience, and Holmes is an exceptional talent to hold on to the world title for 7 years. So it's not beyond a man of his age to still keep on fighting and do well. Well, Holmes really doing all the work here, and I mean, Mercer really trying to force the fight, but Holmes scoring.
Larry Holmes 3 minutes away from perhaps a stunning upset. And Holmes yelling with a war chant. And Holmes comes on. And there goes Mercer with 30 seconds to go. Fighting to the finish. Will Larry Holmes' remarkable career continue after tonight? And from our estimation, the answer will be yes.
It's a double yes, Len.
The crowd on its feet.
Well,
Grandpa
what
has
a
gone
great
the distance.
performance tonight.
John Potere has it, 115 to 113 for the winner by unanimous decision from Easton, Pennsylvania, the former heavyweight champion of the world, Larry Holmes.
He's done it. And we concur. Good call. And Holmes looks almost overcome by the moment.
Look good doing it. He is doing exactly what his corner won't want him to do. Right hand lead by Chavez. Taylor flurries in return.
That was a terrific round for Taylor.
We've seen Chavez get off to this kind of start against much less talented fighters than Meldrick Taylor, though. He started slowly against Sammy Fuentes here in November. The expectation of Taylor's camp is that he can get away with low blows to the side of Chavez's body. They trade a right and a left, and Taylor did more damage with his left hook. Taylor lands a vicious right hand. One of Chavez's extraordinary capacities is his ability to take a punch, and he has already taken some solid blows here. Chavez still boring in, coming straight forward against Taylor's flurries. A solid right hand at the bell for Julio Cesar Chavez, but it was another round in which Meldrick Taylor swarmed him. Good right hand lead by Taylor. Still trading 4 blows to 1 for Chavez. Chavez tries the left inside. Taylor comes right back. Well, Ray Leonard, would you say a near-perfect performance so far from Meldrick Taylor?
It's a very good performance by Meldrick Taylor. He's been doing what he needs to do. Boxing, just boxing, using speed.
Dilemma for Chavez, at least partially, is that it's hard to play offense when you're playing defense every second.
The first thing that Chavez wants to do is block the shot. Again, Jim, this kind of fight, this inside fight, it wears a fighter down.
In the last 30 seconds, Chavez has landed 3 solid left hooks inside. Taylor comes back with a bristling uppercut. And another flurry for Meldrick Taylor. Chavez is not getting the kind of leverage he's used to getting against fighters when he can back them up against the ropes. Right hand lead solid on the face of Chavez.
This is a masterful fight with Meldrick Taylor.
But tonight, Chavez, who normally lands upward of 50% of his punches, is down in the 30s. So he has not been as effective as he expects to be. Solid left hand by Meldrick Taylor, and Chavez showed you there his incredible ability to take a punch.
Legs of Meldrick Taylor, still a lot of bounce.
And that gets back to the fact, Ray, that Chavez has not done damage to the body like he usually does.
He hurt Chavez just then. Chavez buckled.
Chavez is damaged by the first minute of this round, in which Taylor has landed at least 3 solid left hands. Solid left hook inside by Taylor. Chavez continues to try to come back with the left of the body. But he is not hurting Taylor. Chavez landed a left. Taylor flurries furiously in return.
He is far more poised than I was for my fight with Duran back in '80. A lot of concentration here.
Crowd chanting Mexico, Mexico, trying to lift Chavez up.
Taylor went straight for Chavez.
It's incumbent on Taylor not to give Chavez an unnecessary chance to get back into this. Look at the speed of Meldrick Taylor's flurries. If you've just joined us, you're in the middle of the 9th round of a classic performance by a young fighter on the threshold of greatness. Meldrick Taylor coming into this bout an underdog against the unbeaten Julio Cesar Chavez, has completely dominated Chavez with hand speed and vicious infighting. Blood now from Taylor's mouth and nose, but nothing is slowing him down. Chavez with a right hand that woke up the crowd for a second. He's carried out George Benton's game plan to perfection.
Whoa, beautiful
trading punches inside, and Chavez again seems to wobble slightly as Taylor lands at will. Brilliant stuff from Meldrick Taylor. Chavez on the verge of going down. Blood again from the mouth and the nostrils. Both eyes beginning to close. Chavez is coming on.
Watch the legs of Taylor. They don't seem to be too steady here.
Chavez finally seizing the initiative for the first time. And for the first time, there's a mild air of danger from Meldrick Taylor. As round 11 comes toward a close, Julio Cesar Chavez must begin to contemplate the reality that he's got 3 minutes in which to produce an unlikely knockout, or he will see his streak end before thousands of his countrymen.
Harold, how do you have it?
Larry, 9-2, 108, 101, Meldrick Taylor. I think he's run his way to a unanimous decision.
If you're a fight fan, get ready for 3 minutes of high drama now, as a desperate and determined Julio Cesar Chavez tries to take out a fading and battered Meldrick Taylor, who has completely dominated him through most of the fight. That is a tired Meldrick Taylor slipping to the canvas.
You would expect the aggression to be with Chavez. It's more so with Taylor. He's felt like he's behind on points.
Another solid left hook from Meldrick Taylor.
If he gets up, he probably wins the fight. I can't believe it.
Unbelievable. Richard Steele stopped the fight with fewer than 5 seconds to go. You're going to watch Lou Duva go crazy now. You're going to watch Lou Duva go absolutely berserk.
I thought I was content. I really did. And I was very sincere about my retirement, stating the fact that that was it. But I think it's difficult for a lot of people to relate. I'm an athlete. I'm a competitive athlete. And I strive on competition, challenges.
What changed your mind? Pride, boredom, money?
Love.
Okay.
I would say love, because it's not the money. And I think that's a very good reason for coming back and being able to say I will be successful. Because for not financial reasons, I'm doing it because of the love for the sport, which will enable me to be the best again, because I will have the same self-motivation, I will remain optimistic, and I will have the same desire. And these are very important ingredients in becoming a champion.
In 1981, he met WBA champion Thomas Hearns to unify the title of the welterweight division. In the 13th round, he dominated Hearns and went on to win a 14th round TKO victory to become the undisputed welterweight champion. Even in victory, Leonard showed scars of battle. 8 months later, he underwent surgery to repair a partially detached retina of his left eye. It had been damaged and torn, causing it to separate from the back wall of the eye. Surgery was performed to seal the tears and reattach the retina. A permanent silicone buckle was placed around the circumference of the eyeball to secure the reattachment. Dr. Ronald Michaels, who performed the surgery, expressed his opinion.
Boxing is a violent sport, and there is an element of danger involved. And yet, once the eye is well healed and the retina is secure and properly reattached, then there should be no increased risk of damage to the eye that previously had the retinal detachment.
All along, I wanted to fight Hagler. Not a career. I didn't want a career anymore because I had a quite illustrious career. And I just didn't know how to break the news to the media or to the public to say, I want to fight Hagler, because they would have been saying what they're saying now. You're crazy.
I've been waiting, I tell you, for a long time. And like I said, I think that this is my time, this is my era, this is my day for me to shine.
I'm doing something I always felt I could do. It's no surprise to me. Sounds a little cocky, doesn't it? But that's me. I mean, I feel that good. I feel that confident about my progress and about my conditioning.
Hagler, the determined LL Bean from New England, who has always given us his best. Leonard, the flashier Giorgio Armani, making what many felt was a dangerous, vainglorious comeback.
This has been a very professional presentation from the very beginning since it was signed. The fighters have acted in very professional style. Let's see what happens now.
Ray Leonard said that the first round is going to be the most important round of the fight. He says he has to win the first round and gain marvelous respect. Let's see if he can do it. And here we go.
By the way, speaking of the gloves, they are the tabbed variety with the thumbs attached to the body of the glove.
First punch by Hagler. Clean miss. Nice combination by Leonard.
Leonard has used all of this more than 21-foot ring so far. A brief flurry, no damage. Hagler content to cut off the ring, and Leonard
good
with
right hand. Good right, solid right hand by Leonard. And right now, Leonard is floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. But can he keep it up? Looking right hand by Leonard. Not a snap of that punch from Bill Lambert. Not a snap. You know, I think Marvin is making a mistake. He's trying to prove that he can outbox Leonard. It's not necessary. Just try to win the fight. I'd love to know why he's not fighting as a southpaw. Fighting as a southpaw. Watching Leonard in camp, he couldn't handle southpaws. Right hand by Leonard, combination to the body by Hagler.
Into the 30-second mark at round 2. Good counter punch by Leonard as a lunging fist by Hagler. Hagler now pulls him for the first time in the fight. And Leonard punched his way out of that clinch.
Another combination by Leonard.
Body shots by Leonard.
Shot to the head by Hagler. Hagler outpunched him in that exchange.
Scoring to the body.
Come on, punch it out, punch it out.
Right hand out of the clinch from Sugar Ray Leonard. Right hand lead for him.
Good combination by Leonard, Tim. Right hand, left hook. But so far, Hagler has not been able to put Ray on the ropes or trap him in a corner where he wants him. Missing. Richard Steele scored a couple of points for Leonard. Ray was holding, he said, working there. Looks like Leonard, to me, is going to nail Hagler sitting the other way around.
Good move by Leonard out of that corner. Hagler thought he had him there. Now Leonard scores a combination. Confidence seeming to build as each second of the fight ticks away.
Good body shots by Hagler, Tim. They're hard punches. They're hard punches.
Hagler's body punches. He's got to land them. A little showboat punch from Leonard. That brought the crowd alive, many of them to their feet. Good combination again. Leonard timing things perfectly.
I don't know why Hagler's laughing, Tim. The rounds are going in the bank.
Right hand uppercut lead, and it landed. Wild miss by Hagler. Leonard tried to make him pay, but Hagler got himself in a defensive position.
Sharp sweep!
Up by Leonard.
Hagler's starting to get the range a little bit now, though, Tim.
Finally got him in the corner, landed a left.
So Michael's just was starting to get the range.
could hear that in the corner. Good combinations there by Hagler, counterpunching well. Better timing. Well, Gil, this has been more than anybody could have expected thus far.
Tim, Ray Leonard has already proved what a great fighter he is. Nothing at all. Beautiful move.
Great movement there. That was some of the old Sugar Ray. And a right-hand lead landed. As he did there. And he smiles and laughs at Leonard and gives him a grin back.
Oh, and here we go to Muhammad Ali. A nice combination. Those are the solid punches. He has Ray in a little trouble now.
Bang into the body. Uppercut scored at the bell. They don't hear the bell. The end of round 7, the crowd on its feet.
All these fights have ebbs and flows. Now Leonard was very tired before. He may be getting his second win, and Hagler may be getting a little tired.
Could be a telling round in that respect. Hagler backing up Leonard into the Leonard corner. Short right uppercut.
He's nailing him now, Tim.
Right to the chin.
That's where he has to put that left hand.
Leonard in some difficulty. Hasn't thrown a punch out of this corner. Now he does. Trying to bang his way out.
Look at that determination of Ray Leonard. You talk about a champion.
What a display.
Absolutely gritted his teeth. Look at him go.
Again, in the middle of the ring, and Hagler stays there and punches back. A right by Leonard.
What a display, Tim. You talk about a champion, but he's got that solid rock to move, and Hagler just keeps methodically moving forward.
He has scored the bulk of the scoring punches in the last few seconds.
Beautiful combination by Leonard. He just walks away.
Hagler moving his hands without a lot of authority, but scoring some punches. The showboat again from Leonard. Hagler missing wide open target as Leonard just leaned back away from the punches.
Beautiful move by Leonard. Tim, he has Hagler tamed now, Tim.
There we go. We've got this close on our scorecard with Leonard slightly ahead. I think Hagler has to realize that the sentiment is just going to have to be with Leonard, that he's got to feel he's got to knock him out to retain his title.
But that's not what they tell him in the corner, Tim.
And Leonard flurries against Hagler and now escapes from the corner. Ray Leonard is having fun in there right now. What a story.
Well, Tim, he's giving this round away, though. Sugar Ray, you know who the fans think are winning the fight.
Less than a minute to go in the fight. Now Hagler with a little showboat. Some shuffle back from Ray.
There'll be no knockout. No knockout.
Leonard in the corner at the end of this fight, but on his feet.
Jojo Guerra scores the bout. 118 Leonard, 110 Hagler. And Judge Dave Moretti scores 115, 113. By the winner, by a split decision, and new middleweight champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard.
And it has to be an incredibly elated Sugar Ray Leonard. Ray, you told everybody you could do this. Most of us thought it was impossible, said it couldn't happen. You were absolutely convinced, weren't you?
Well, Tim, I am a nonconformist. I made a comeback. It was defiance of history. They said I couldn't do it. They didn't want me to do it.
This is Juanita. Don't get concerned, folks. It's only his wife.
But you know,
His mother's coming in.
You know, Tim, this is the greatest accomplishment in my life. Thank you.
We got back from a USO tour. We went to Iraq to see the troops. And immediately after we got back home, I remember feeling weakness in my legs. It was kind of like pins and needles. I remember having to actually walk with a cane. That's how severe it was.
And then it got worse. It went from the cane to the walker to this to that. Danny being a man, it's no big deal. I don't want to go, I don't want to go. Between me and his godmother, you're going to the hospital.
We first went to the ER, and they told me that I just had a pinched nerve, and they gave me some prescription pills and said it would be okay over time. Then the cane turned into crutches, and crutches eventually turned into a wheelchair. I was completely paralyzed.
He opens the door, and I'm like, oh my God. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I'm like, Danny, no. We have to get you to a neurologist now.
Did a series of tests. We had this handball-like mass tumor that was growing around my spine. We had to get immediate surgery.
I remember right after the surgery, Dr. Hardo, he let me know the mass grew like that. He used a lot of gestures with his hands like that, fast. You're lucky that he caught it he described it to be the skin of his teeth, or else that's what he did. I said, what are you trying to say? He would have died? He's like, yeah.
I mean, that there just sent a chill through my body because I have a 3-year-old son, and anyone who has kids know the love that they have for their children. And that's all I can think about was just, what if my son has to grow up without a father? I remember getting 25 counts of radiation, and every time it would shift my attitude, it would make me nauseous and feeling just drained of life. Eventually, they told me that I would never be able to box again. I just remember just feeling lost. I remember closing my eyes and just, it was so horrible.
And he said, Miss Perry, you think I'm gonna be able to box again? Just worry about getting better right now. You'll box again, don't worry.
And there he is, Danny Jacobs, fortunate to be alive, fortunate to be able to walk, and now ready, believe it or not, to fight. We'll be watching very closely to see how far he has come back physically, to see if he can compete at the world-class level again. But hey, it's a victory either way.
Looking forward to this fight. What have you been doing? He said, every time I walk by a mirror, I shadow box. That's how anxious I am to get in the ring.
I don't think, for all the years and all the fights we've done, Barry, I don't think I've ever done a fight quite like this with the backstory.
Now, Josh Luterman, on the other hand, still feels this is a fight. He obviously feels very proud, as we all do, of Danny Jacobs getting back, but now it's his business to beat him. He says he wants to crowd him, get on top of him, and stay on top of him.
Yeah, Luterman is aggressive by nature. Of course, that's not surprising that nice left hook. Danny Jacobs would want an aggressive fighter because Danny can't be sure his legs are going to be 100%. That's been the last thing to come around since his cancer treatment.
And he said he really wouldn't know until they got into the ring. He said you can't always tell in the gym. He was told, he said he remembered laying in a hospital bed on May 18th of last year, being told you will never box again. He did believe it then, and here he is. Good right hand right there.
Danny Jacobs was at one point considered about as good a prospect as it was in all of America because of his hand speed, because of his boxing ability. He can punch to the head and the body, and he's got a great amateur.
And then Herman with the left hand dropped him. And it's over just like that. A triumphant return for Danny Jacobs.
All right, Barry, thank you very much. Danny, this moment after where you were just 17 months ago and you were told you're never going to fight again, what does this mean to you now to have accomplished this?
Well, first of all, I have to give all glory to God. But this moment to me means the world. You know, to be able to take control of your destiny is priceless. And I did that tonight. They told me I could never box. They told me I wouldn't walk proper. But guess what I did? I proved everyone wrong, and I came in here and I gave a great show. So Brooklyn is in effect tonight.